hear it? That constant buzz inside your head? The voices, the notifications, the opinions, the chaos that never shuts up? It's like the world screaming at you every second of the day. You wake up, and before you even take a breath, it's there, vibrating, glowing, whispering, shouting. You touch your phone before you touch your purpose. You open a screen before you open your eyes fully. And from that moment on, you're not living, you're reacting. Reacting to noise, to everyone else's life, to everyone else's expectations, to a world that feeds on your attention like it's currency. You tell yourself it's harmless, just a scroll, just a quick look, just 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes, they multiply. They rot your focus, one dopamine hit at a time. You think you're catching up with the world, but the truth is, you're falling behind in your own. Have you ever looked at the clock and thought, where did the time go? Hours vanish, days blur, weeks dissolve, and before you even realize it, another year has gone. You call it time slipping away, but that's a lie. Time didn't run from you. You gave it away. You gave it to distractions, to the noise, to everyone else's story except your own. You say you're tired, you say you're lost, you say you want peace, but peace doesn't live in noise. Peace lives in the quiet. The kind of quiet most people are too scared to face. Because when the noise stops, the truth starts speaking. And most people can't handle what it says. When it's just you in silence, there's no one to blame. No excuses, no masks. Just you, raw, exposed, unfiltered. You start hearing the things you've ignored, the habits you keep breaking, the promises you keep lying about, the potential you keep wasting. And that's uncomfortable. That's why most people can't stand silence, because silence shows them who they really are. But here's the truth. If you never sit with yourself, you'll never understand yourself. And if you don't understand yourself, you'll never control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, the world will do it for you. That's why you feel stuck. Because you're not the one steering your life anymore. The noise is. Every beep, every buzz, every piece of fake validation pulls you further away from who you are. You think you're making choices, but most of your choices are just reactions to noise. You say you want focus, then earn it. Focus is forged in silence, not in comfort, not in chaos. Silence. David Goggins didn't become Goggins by talking about pain. He became Goggins by going through it, alone, in silence, when nobody was watching. Nike didn't build their empire by posting every step. They worked. They moved in silence until the world couldn't ignore them anymore. You want to know why the greats are feared? Because they're quiet. They don't announce moves. They make them. They don't need attention. They command it without asking. They've learned to live with silence until silence becomes strength. But you run from it. You blast music. Scroll through feeds, drown your thoughts in noise because silence feels like failure. It feels like emptiness. But what you call emptiness is space. And space is where greatness grows. You'll never find purpose in the noise. Purpose lives in that quiet corner of your mind you keep avoiding. The one that whispers, you can do more. You know that whisper. You've heard it before. And every time you silence it with distractions, you kill a piece of who you're meant to become. Stop running from the quiet, because the quiet is where everything begins. Silence isn't weakness. Silence isn't isolation. Silence is preparation. It's where you rebuild your strength, your focus, your discipline. It's where the weak crumble and the strong sharpen. You want to rise? Then stop talking about it. Stop showing off half-built progress. Stop begging for likes, for validation, for attention. None of that will make you powerful. You want real power? Go silent. When you go silent, people forget you. They doubt you. They whisper. Good. Let them. Because while they're talking, you're building. While they're scrolling, you're sharpening. While they're distracted, you're evolving. Silence the noise, and you become dangerous. Because a focused man in a noisy world is a weapon. He moves when everyone else hesitates. He acts when everyone else talks. He stays steady while the rest drown in distraction. That's what silence gives you: control. control over your time, control over your emotions, control over your direction. The world doesn't want that for you. That's why it's always screaming for your attention. Because if you ever stop listening to the noise, you'll remember who the hell you are. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're just buried under noise. It's time to dig yourself out. Because when the world goes quiet, that's when the real you starts speaking. And that voice, your voice, is the one thing the noise can't control. You've been living surrounded by noise for so long, you forgot what silence feels like. You wake up, reach for distraction, and call it routine. You call it staying connected. But connected to what? To chaos? To noise? To everything that's keeping you average? You scroll through other people's lives, comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reels, and you wonder why you feel behind. You're feeding your mind poison. Every post, every comment, every false standard. It's killing your hunger. It's dulling your edge. You've replaced discipline with dopamine, focus with feedback, purpose with popularity. But let me tell you something that might sting a little. You can't hear destiny through noise. Every man who's ever changed his life, every woman who's ever built greatness, they all went through one thing: isolation. That moment when they pulled away from the noise and faced themselves. Because when you silence the world, you finally hear the truth. It's not the world that's holding you back, it's you. You've been your own distraction, your own limitation, your own noise. That's the hardest truth you'll ever face, because it's easy to blame the system, the past, the people around you. But it's harder to look in the mirror and admit, I've been the one stopping me. And when that realization hits, it cuts deep, it burns, it shakes you to your core. But that burn, that's not pain. That's purification. That's the fire burning away the weakness you've been protecting for years. You think silence is peaceful? It's not. Silence is violent. It's war. Because in silence, you start fighting every voice inside your head that's been lying to you. The one that says, you're not enough. The one that says, it's too late. The one that says, you'll fail anyway. You've listened to that voice for too long. You've let it write your story. And now, it's time to take the pen back. You don't silence the noise by running from it. You silence it by overpowering it. You silence it by doing the work, by building something so real, so strong, so undeniable that the noise can't compete with your results. You think Elon Musk cared about what people said when he was building Tesla? You think he stopped because the noise got loud? No. He turned the noise into fuel. He built while the world doubted. He focused while they laughed. He stayed silent until the world had to pay attention. That's what you need to do. Stop talking about what you're going to do and become the kind of person who doesn't need to talk. Because the truth is, the world rewards those who move in silence. The loud get attention. The silent get results. Silence doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing what matters and cutting everything that doesn't. You don't need to announce your grind. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to show up. Again and again and again, until the noise fades under the weight of your consistency. And yeah, it's lonely, it's dark, it's uncomfortable. That's why most people never make it, because silence doesn't give you comfort. It gives you clarity, and clarity can be brutal. You'll see things about yourself you don't like. You'll see how much time you've wasted. You'll see how often you've settled. But you'll also see something else: potential. The potential that's been waiting for you to shut up long enough to listen. In the quiet, you'll feel it. That spark, that hunger, that thing that used to keep you awake when you were a kid, before the noise got in the way. It's still there. It's been waiting for you to remember. So take your phone, turn it off, and sit still. Just breathe. Listen. That discomfort you feel, that's growth trying to happen. That silence you hear, that's power building. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. It's full of direction. It's full of the truth that you keep burying under distraction. But you can't hear it until you stop running. Stop chasing noise and start chasing mastery. The ones you admire, Goggins, Kobe, Jordan, Jobs, they all had the same pattern. They disappeared. They went dark. They stopped explaining and started executing. That's the secret. Silence isn't hiding, it's training. You need to learn to go silent and stay dangerous. Because a man who masters silence can't be manipulated. He can't be swayed. He can't be broken. He knows who he is, and that's something the noise can't touch. The world wants you loud because loud people are distracted. Quiet people are focused. Quiet people are dangerous. And right now, you're too loud, too reactionary, too emotional. It's time to change that. Silence the noise and watch what happens next. You'll start hearing your own thoughts again. You'll start trusting your own instincts again. You'll stop moving like a follower and start walking like a leader. And the best part? The noise that once controlled you will start to fade. It won't disappear. It'll just stop mattering. Because once you find your own voice, nobody else's can drown it out. That's the war. That's the moment you stop listening to the world and start commanding your own. You think silence is weakness? You think being alone means you're losing? You've got it backwards. Silence isn't retreat, it's reload. Every second you spend in silence, you're reloading discipline, reloading vision, reloading power. Because the real war isn't outside, it's inside. The fight isn't with the noise, it's with the part of you that needs it. You've been programmed to believe that constant noise equals progress. That if you're not posting, updating, sharing, talking, you're falling behind. But let me tell you something. The loudest man in the room is usually the weakest one there. The man who truly knows his power doesn't need to speak it. He shows it. You don't see Kobe Bryant posting about his grind every day because his work spoke louder than anything he could say. You didn't see Steve Jobs arguing online about innovation. He was innovation. They all had one thing in common. Silence wasn't absence. It was strategy. And that's what most people will never understand. They think silence means you've stopped. No. Silence means you're starting over, better, sharper, hungrier. In silence, you learn to build when no one's clapping. You learn to push when no one's watching. You learn to rise when no one believes. That's where the real ones are made. In the dark, when the noise is gone, and it's just you versus your excuses. The quiet is where champions are born. Not under lights, not in front of cameras, but in those brutal moments when your mind screams quit and you whisper back, not yet. That whisper, that's your real voice. That's the one the noise has been drowning out your whole life. And when you finally hear it, you change because you realize something. You don't need motivation, you need mastery. You don't need attention, you need action. You don't need validation, you need victory. You silence the noise not by ignoring it, but by outworking it. Every rep, every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice that no one will ever see. That's the language of silence. That's how killers move. Let everyone else chase noise. You chase growth. Let them talk, you train. Let them post, you progress. Because when you stay silent long enough, your results start to make noise for you. And when that day comes, no one can deny you. You want to know why silence scares people? Because it's unpredictable. They can't read you. They can't measure you. They can't label you. You become a storm they can't control. And that's power. Silence builds mystery. Mystery builds respect. Respect builds dominance. But here's the thing. Silence isn't easy. It's discipline in its purest form. Because in silence, you have to trust yourself completely. You have to believe that the work you're doing will pay off, even when there's no applause, no recognition, no proof yet. That's faith, not blind hope, faith in yourself. You stay quiet not because you doubt yourself, but because you know who you're becoming. You don't need to prove anything right now, you just need to prepare. You're not falling behind, you're charging forward where no one can see. Every time you resist the urge to speak, you're sharpening your focus. Every time you stay disciplined instead of distracted, you're building an edge. Every time you stay silent while others waste energy talking, you're pulling further ahead. Because when the time comes for your breakthrough, when your work finally sees daylight, when the results you built in the dark start to shine, no one will remember what you said. They'll remember what you did. And that's the beauty of silence. It turns actions into legacy. You won't need to tell the world you made it. The world will feel it. But don't get it twisted. Silence doesn't mean isolation forever. It's not about cutting everyone off. It's about cutting off everything that doesn't serve your evolution. You're not going quiet because you hate the world. You're going quiet because you're building something the world doesn't deserve to hear yet. Think about a blacksmith. The hammer hits, the sparks fly, and nobody claps. Nobody sees the shape forming until it's ready. That's you. Every strike, every repetition, every day of silence. That's you shaping the weapon you're meant to become. You are the hammer. You are the forge. You are the fire. The world is the anvil. And every time it tries to break you, you strike back harder. So when they say you've gone quiet, good. Let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them think you've given up. Because when you return, you won't need to explain. You'll walk into the room and they'll feel it. They'll feel the power that only silence can build. And that's the real transformation. Not when they hear your voice, but when they feel your presence. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are preparing. And when you finally step back into the light, you won't need noise, because silence will speak for you. You've been quiet for a while now, and people have noticed. They whisper. They wonder. They think you've slowed down. They think you've lost momentum. They think your silence means you've stopped. Good. Let them think that. Let them believe you've disappeared. Let them assume the silence means weakness, because when they stop watching, that's when you start building. You see, silence isn't surrender. It's strategy. It's patience disguised as invisibility. It's what separates the ones who talk from the ones who become. You've learned to move without announcement, to progress without validation, to create without applause. That's what makes you dangerous now, because they're still chasing attention. You're chasing legacy. They're addicted to the noise. They need the world to see every move just to feel alive. But you've already been through the noise. You've already drowned in it. And now you know what's on the other side. Clarity, control, power. Silence taught you to stop performing and start becoming. It taught you that not every battle needs to be broadcast. It taught you that real strength doesn't scream, it stands. When you walk into a room now, you don't need to say a word. Your presence speaks for you. The quiet confidence, the controlled energy, the unshakable focus, it all radiates from the work you've done in private. Because that's what silence does. It carves something inside you that the noise can never touch. It gives you armor. It gives you discipline. It gives you that look, the one that says, I've been through hell, and I'm still here. You see, silence doesn't make you invisible. It makes you untouchable. Every hour you spent alone, every doubt you wrestled with, every night you sat in silence, questioning if it was worth it, that was you sharpening your blade. And now, that blade is ready. The world won't see it coming. They'll call it sudden. They'll say, where did this come from? But you'll know. You'll know it came from every quiet morning when you woke up before the sun. Every night you refused to give up. Every moment you stayed focused while everyone else was distracted. Every time you chose discipline over comfort. That's what silence builds. The kind of power that doesn't need to be seen until it's unstoppable. Look at someone like David Goggins. Do you think he built that mindset by chasing noise? No. He built it in silence, mile after mile, rep after rep, with no one watching. That's why he's dangerous. Because he doesn't move for approval, he moves for war. That's how Amazon became Amazon. They weren't loud in the beginning. They weren't everywhere. They just kept building, quietly, consistently, ruthlessly. And by the time the world realized what they had become, it was too late to catch up. That's your blueprint. That's your path. Go silent, go inward, go dark if you have to. Because when you finally rise, it'll be loud enough for everyone to hear. You don't owe anyone updates. You don't owe anyone proof. You owe yourself progress. Because the truth is, silence isn't for the weak. It's for the obsessed. It's for the ones who've outgrown the need to be seen. It's for the ones who are too busy creating the version of themselves that no one's ready for yet. Every day you wake up and choose silence, you're not avoiding the world. You're mastering it. Every moment you choose to keep working instead of posting, you're separating yourself from the 99%. Because the 99% are talking, and the 1%, they're too busy doing. Let the noise be their cage. Let silence be your freedom. Because when the noise fades, and it always does, all that's left are results, and results don't lie. So stop letting the noise own your mind. Stop letting opinions own your worth. Stop letting the world distract you from your mission. You are not here to be noticed. You are here to be remembered. And that doesn't happen by being loud. It happens by being undeniable. When the time comes, when the results of your silence start to show, the same people who ignored you will study you. The same ones who doubted you will copy you. And the same ones who laughed at you will swear they always believed. Don't waste your breath proving anything to them. They don't deserve it. Let your success be the echo of your silence. Because when silence finally speaks, it shakes the world. Now listen carefully. The noise won't stop on its own. The world will always scream for your attention. It'll beg you to join the chaos. It'll tell you that if you're not loud, you're invisible. But you know better now. You've seen what happens when you choose stillness over speed, focus over frenzy, depth over distraction. The noise is out there, but peace is in here. And when you master that, when you can stay calm while the world screams, you become unstoppable. Because nothing outside can control a person who has mastered their inside. That's the secret. That's the power. That's the weapon. Silence the noise. Not just around you, but within you. And when that silence settles, rise. Because the next time they hear from you, it won't be noise. It'll be your name, your legacy, your presence. Now, go. Go back to the work. Go back to the grind. Go back to the silence. And when it's time, let the silence speak for you. If this message hit you, subscribe and drop a word like unshakable in the comments. So I know you're one of the few who actually finish what they start.